Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. This is Channel Vision editor Gerald Baldino here. Today, we're very excited to feature RingLogix for a presentation on white label VoIP. Today, we'll be speaking with RingLogix channel director Hussein Alkalaf and senior account executive Joe Thomas. Please stay tuned for a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. If you have any questions during the presentation, you can submit them through the Q&A portal located at the bottom of the Zoom platform. At this point, I'd like to turn the webinar over to Hussein to begin. Hussein?
Thank you, Gerald. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Hussein Alkalaf. I'm the channel director with RingLogix, and also with us we have Joe Thomas, who is a senior account executive with RingLogix. And in today's webinar, Joe will discuss why the traditional agent model is outdated, and also the business case for white label VoIP. And then he'll turn it back over to me, where I will be talking about RingLogix, what makes us different, and then also share a quick demonstration, show you around the platform, show you a day in the life of a reseller. And then we'll talk about some of the exciting roadmap projects that we're working on or finalizing in Q3. And then at the end, we'll do some Q&As. So with that, I'll turn it over to Joe to discuss why the traditional agent models are outdated. Go ahead, Joe.
Thank you, Hussein. Now, to understand how white label services can provide a benefit for your company, first we must take a look at a traditional agent model and why we consider it outdated. So I want to go over a few items that are listed here. First, quoting can take too long. We all know that customers are busy. Just like you, their time is valuable. So in some cases, even providing a simple quote can become a process. If you want to acquire the customer, you must be able to provide a quote and have the ability to adjust pricing if necessary versus having to go back and forth, which obviously takes time. No control. As an agent, you have set prices that you might not have the ability to control or adjust. Your competitors could win the business due to your lack of flexibility. Then there is a lack of control over the customer solution, which inhibits the ability to control the customer experience, regardless of whether it's activating, installing, or simply putting a port order in. No single pane of glass. Why work with multiple different vendors to offer different services when you can manage all services with a single platform within a single pane of glass? No insight. Because you have limited training and limited resources, this restricts you from completely understanding the solution that you're offering to the end user, which can have a direct effect on your inability to provide sufficient support or keep track of support resolutions. No ownership. Now, how many of you have been in a situation where you have done all the legwork and then had to refer your customers because you were unable to provide a solid solution to keep that customer relationship, and another company was able to reap the rewards of providing that customer with continuing services? However, you end up taking on support calls, even after you referred the customer to the service provider. The reason being is because that customer knows you, trusts you, and would rather deal with you. So wouldn't it make more sense to offer the services yourself? Now, in the case of white label services, offering VoIP has never been easier. You can now have your own product and solution without having to invest money or time to develop the infrastructure. And as a reseller, you are entering the market at the best time. Demand for VoIP services is growing at an alarming rate. Costs are low, margins are high, and service quality is better than ever due to sufficient bandwidth and reliable devices. No more low margins or commissions. 60 to 70% or greater margins are pretty standard. And this is while being extremely competitive. Why settle with a one-time commission or a low residual commission when you can have a recurring revenue that is consistent month after month after month? This is income that you can count on. This helps to build equity within your company, provides room for growth and expansion while you have financial stability to cover routine and even unexpected costs. Why have your customers use multiple different vendors when you can provide the services yourself? Be the all-inclusive solution or the one-stop shop. Call you for everything. You maintain the customer, all services, and a continuous revenue source. Own and manage your customer experience. Be able to troubleshoot, provide quotes, manage moves, ads, and changes yourself without dealing with another vendor. You're able to give your own personal touch of service that big name carriers cannot, which lead to a better customer overall experience. With your solution and services, you're creating stickiness with the end user, which keeps other competitors from poaching your customers. You now also have brand awareness within your market. Get your brand out there. Having a recognizable brand can help you bring in new business. The more your target audience recognizes your brand, the more comfortable they are to buy from you. VoIP services and unified communications is what customers want and are asking for. The goal is to streamline the user experience. The need is to have accessibility to not just one product, but to multiple products and services. The ability to reduce workloads, provide flexibility, scalability, all the while maintaining a high level of security. Just to provide you with some statistics in regards to VoIP, global VoIP revenue is forecasted to be at $150 billion by the year 2024. By entering the space now, you are putting yourself in a position to have a piece of that pie. And the global mobile VoIP market size was around $58 billion in 2019, but is expected to reach almost $70 billion by the end of this year. Also, in regards to users, you're looking at a growth rate of 1 to 3 billion mobile users by the end of 2021. The future is cloud-based communications. 90% of IT leaders will cease to buy on-premise tools by the end of 2021. As we can all attest to in today's environment, businesses are looking for business continuity. Flexibility for any business to reach out to their customer or their customers to reach out to that business has become the new norm. The ability to connect at any given time is crucial, and cloud services provides that accessibility. Now, I will turn it over to Hussein, who will go over the RingLogix approach, as well as give you a look into our easy-to-use platform.
Thank you, Joe. So here at RingLogix, we provide a platform that enables you to partners to sell, provision, invoice, and support their own branded VoIP and UCaaS services. And what's unique about, one of the unique things about our platform, everything you see on this slide can be done from a single portal or a single landing page, which makes it very advanced, very clean, very easy to use. From which I'll show you here in the next slide when I start the demonstration. But from this single landing page, you'll be able to manage your branding and settings. You can set your pricing, set up your packages, discount it, however you want to do it. You can send quotes in minutes. You can activate any services you want, whether it's hosted, SIP trunking, IP fax, conferencing, anytime from anywhere you'd like. You can purchase new numbers within seconds or submit ports within minutes. And then you can obviously just immediately invoice your customer and collect the money from them. And then at your disposal, you'll have all the tools that you need to support your customer from that single landing page. So I'll actually go ahead now and jump off and log into our portal, show you around the portal, create a customer together, quote a customer, activate a PBX, all in right here in front of you. So this is the landing page that I was talking about. So as you can see, this is a demo account. So from here, you'll be able to manage all your settings, change your profile, view your DID inventory, run reports on your different customers. Here we've added this support center link right here where it takes you to our huge knowledge base that has pretty much articles on videos on everything you need to know. Also from here, you'll be able to chat with our support team, open tickets, and obviously we have our support center available, our support agent available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now we do have 2 offices. Our main office is in Miami, Florida, and I work out of a small office in Cleveland, Ohio. We have about 10 employees here. Here we've developed and added this sales tool in here where we'll show you all of your pending quotes, the ones that have been viewed, activated, sent. You can obviously run reports on that, and you can create new quotes from here. Now, to search your customers and manage them, you can do it one of two ways. You can either click on the customer button. It will bring up this pop-up window, select your customers and manage them, or you can do it from the search button right here. It's exactly the same thing. The LMP button right here will show you all of your pending ports. So you'll see whether it's confirmed, pending, needs more info, whatever the case may be. Now, if you're not planning on using our quoting tool, you can just come in here, create new customers and manage them. And then from here, you can view their billing profile, accept payments from them, charge items from here. On the numbers tab, you can submit ports or buy new numbers. Like I mentioned earlier, you can create hosted PBX, so SIP trunking, IP fax, and conferencing. So again, you never have to leave this page. You'll do 100% of your day-to-day operations from this single portal, single landing page. So first thing I want to show you guys, let's actually go ahead and brand this or set up this demo account. So let's upload a logo in here. So let's upload a logo, give it an orange color, for example, hit save. And now let's go ahead and start quoting with this demo account. So let's say you have a customer that wanted to see a simple quote for 2 seats. You can just come in here, click on new quote, select the new prospect. Let's do Channel Vision, for example, as the customer. You can, I'm gonna just put in generic names, and I'm gonna put in my email address because I wanna show you guys the email option. And as you can see, basic billing information in here. To US, and then I'm just going to pick Cleveland, Ohio, and then we'll just pick a zip code. So as you can see, just a basic billing information. Now we're gonna start building the quote. So this is between you and your customer, whatever you want to quote them. Obviously, with us, you can activate and deactivate seats daily. So this is strictly between you and your customer. So let's say you want to quote them a 3-year contract. Select the core service you want to quote, whether it's SIP, hosted, or fax. I'm going to keep it simple for demo purposes at 2 extensions or 2 seats. Select the plan. Max external calls is typically 1.5 or 2 times the number of seats. So let's just put in 4. And here's where you add your packages or subscriptions from here. Now, these are preloaded for the demo account. Obviously, you can add a lot more to it. I actually have some partners that are using our invoicing and billing and quoting tool for their entire business operation. So here for demo purposes, we're just going to put in, select 2 hosted seats at $30 base price. And then you can come in here and offer a discount based on the number of users and or the term of the contract. Completely up to you. Now we go ahead and click next. And here's where you can add your install charges or one-time charges. So let's say you want to charge them $500 for install. You can add IP phones if you're selling them the phones, whatever you want. Any one-time charge, you can add it in here. So now we go ahead and click next, and there's your quote. As you can see, here's our 2 seats and the one-time NRC. You can save it or you can email it. I'm going to show you the email option. So if you click on email, it will open up your email browser with a link to the quote. You can change the body. You hit send. Your customer then will receive an email saying that Joe, for example, sends you a link to a quote to review and approve. So your customer will receive it like this. They'll click on it, and it'll bring up the quote right here in front of them. So again, here's our seats. Everything will be branded. Here's our customer. $60 MRC, $500 NRC. Now they can reject, request change, or if they like it, they have to accept your terms and conditions. And if you don't have one, we can provide you with one. So let's say they like it, they click place order. They'll get a welcoming message saying an account manager would be in touch with them shortly. And then you as the partner, you'll get an email notification that your customer has accepted your quote, as you can see right here. And now if we go back to the partition, we'll close this under the sales tool. We'll see under the sales tool right here, we'll see that channel vision, the customer has accepted your quote. Now you're ready to view it and start the activation process. Now, here's the nice part. As you're activating this, it's actually going to create everything for you on the back end. It will also keep track of your activation process. So if you get disconnected or had to go somewhere, it will always bring you back to this page when you select this customer. So as you can see, it pulled up the billing information for us. All we're missing here is a phone number. So let's put in a phone number. We'll select the US, Ohio. Credit limit for fraud prevention. We can talk about that later. You select the time zone. If you have a sales agent, you can assign them to this account. And now we go ahead and click next. Now it's going to ask us to start building the PBX. So what do you want to name the PBX? Let's just name it main office, for example. Call recording is enabled. We have a couple of different storage options, but I'm just going to leave it blank since it's just a demo. Caller ID, any name. Caller ID phone number. E911 info. Area code. Time zone, and now we go ahead and click next. Now we're going to add our users. Now, unlike some other platforms where you have 3 different levels or 3 different seats, where you have a basic, standard, and premium seat. Each seat has a different set of features. With us, there's only one seat. Think of that seat as a premium seat. It has every feature out there, plus it has a mobile app, a web phone, SMS, audio conferencing, and recording enabled on every seat. So think of it as a premium seat, has everything included in it. The only difference between a basic user and an office manager, or a premium user and an office manager, is a basic, they can only manage their own portal, where an office manager can actually manage the PBX. So here for demo, I'm just leave it at basic user. You can, if you sold them today, you can start billing at a later date if you'd like. If you sell a larger customer and you want to import all the users' details, you could do it by downloading this template, where it goes by extension, first, last name, and then email. But here, since we only have 2, I'm gonna add them here manually. So we'll do Joe Thomas, and oops. Joe@gmail.com. We'll do 102. So now that we've added our users, it's going to confirm the manual charges for us. Yep, we're good at the 500, and there you go. Now, as you can see, I just activated, accepted, and activated a quote. They created the customer for us. Here's the channel vision. They owe us 500 for the NRC. Here's the billing profile. It also created a PBX for us and added our users all in one shot. So now that here's the PBX, and here's Joe and Hussein and the caller ID and information. All we're missing now is a phone number and a signed device, and we'll be able to make and receive calls. So let's start with billing. So here's our customer. Here's where you can view their customer. Here's where you can view their invoices, download their call record, view their transactions, and also from here, where you can allow portal access to your customers. So if they have an office manager, you want to allow our access to come in here and make payments, view invoices, call records. You can just come in here, give her access or him access to the billing information. So when they log in, they'll only see this button right here and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing if they have an in-house IT guy, completely up to you. You can allow them access to manage the PBX if you'd like, okay? Back on the main billing page, so our system will generate invoices on your behalf, on the partner's behalf, send it to your customer on the 1st of the month. We do have Avalara built in as our tax engine, so calculate all the proper taxes based on your customer's address and zip code. Here's a sample invoice for you. Obviously, it'll be branded to your company's company's name and logo. As you can see, it's very clean, your customer's address, previous payments, all the different services, and all the different taxes calculated by Avalara. So your customer will receive the invoice on the 1st. They can pay you one of 2 ways. They can either put a credit card on file. Part of the onboarding, we actually activate the partner's merchant account, or you can accept a one-time payment if they're, if they pay you by check, cash, or one-time credit card by just coming here. So let's actually take a payment for that 500 NRC. Let's say they gave you a check 101. for NRC, hit make payment. Now, as you can see, the real-time balance is 0. So again, billing is very easy. The partner gets paid by either the customer putting a credit card on file, and part of the onboarding, we activate your merchant account, or you can accept a one-time payment if they give you check, cash, or whatever you want to accept from them. Okay. Now let's talk about phone numbers. So here's where you can submit a port or buy new numbers. To submit a port is very easy. All you have to do is click on the local LMP button. You fill out the basic billing information, numbers details, whether it's a full, partial port, what numbers you want to leave behind, if any. You review and submit. Our system will our system will check for updates on a port every 15 minutes, and it will notify you and our support team. Okay. Now, to buy a new number is very easy. All you do is you have to come in here, select whether it's a local toll-free, select the state. Let's go ahead and click Ohio. And I'm in Cleveland, so let's go to Cleveland. Right here. And there you go. This is the live query, every single phone number that's available in the Cleveland Rate Center. The minute you click on the number, it will actually reserve that number for you. The minute you hit next, it will actually purchase that number for you. So let's go ahead and purchase this number right here. Oops. Now it's going to ask us, what do you want to assign that number to? Let's assign it to our PBX, which is the main office that we just quoted and created. Hit Save Changes. Now this phone number is assigned to our PBX that we just created. Also, from our platform, you'll be able to manage all the features on that DID from here. So your E911, SMS, enhanced caller ID, CNAM storage directly to listing is all done from here. Our system will verify the E911 address. So it's all, you just add it here. Our system will actually verify the address, whether it's correct or registered. So if you had the wrong address, it won't take it. It'll give you an error message. Okay. So again, with the numbers, very easy, very simple, very easy to manage. Now let's go ahead and go to our hosted PBX. So here's the number that we just purchased. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the, I want to talk about devices real quick before I move into another demo account. So let's go ahead. So this is our users. Let's go to Joe. Let's talk about devices. As I mentioned earlier, our premium seat includes a mobile app and a web phone. So here's the Snap Mobile that's included with every seat for Android and iPhone, and there's an option to actually brand the mobile app. And then there is also a web phone or WebRTC phone that's included in our seat, which I'll show you one here in a second. Phone-wise, our system will work with pretty much every phone, every model that's out there. So all the Avaya, Cisco's, Grandstream, Fanville, Polycom, Yeeling, H-Tech, VTech, pretty much every model works with our system here. Okay. So now, guys, since we just created this, I'm going to log into another demo account just because it has some call history. I want to show you a couple of cool management tools that we have available for our partners. So let's go in here. Let's go to Miami Telecom Consultant. Okay. Let's go to the dashboard. So this is another demo account that I've created, and then we kind of play around with and test. Just because it has some calls made already. So as you can see, here are some of the users that are assigned to this demo account. You can have one or multiple auto attendants, multiple call queues, different time frames. You can have different music on hold on the device level, on the queue level, or on the entire PBX level. And then also here you can go in on the phone number. It will list all the phone numbers that are assigned to the PBX. And when you click on phones, it will list all the registered devices on that PBX. Now, one of the cool tools that we have that our partners use a lot and enjoy is something called the Snap Builder, which is a tool that enables you to remotely program any button on any phone. So we can come in here, hover over this Yeeling phone, click on the Snap Builder, and visually bring up that phone right there in front of you. And remotely, you can click on any button on that phone, and program it remotely. So I can come in here, click on button number 6. Let's say I want to program it as a BLF, start typing the person's extension or name, hit save, and then I remotely and you can even custom label, now I remotely program button number 5 for extension 150 as a BLF to extension 120. To take it a step further, when it really gets helpful is if you sell a larger customer with 100, 200 phones, you can create one or multiple templates and push it across all 100 or 200 phones, and all the phones will be programmed in one shot. Another thing on the support side, when we go to call history, so we actually run a SIP capture on every call in and out of our network 24/7. We have a software that measures the jitter packet loss of every call in and out of our network. So if you have a customer that wanted to investigate a specific call, no problem. You can go into call history, click on the trace button, and in full transparency, we can give you the complete SIP log of that call, so we can determine, you can determine with the help of our support team, if you'd like, also what the issue is, whether it's a SIP ALG issue, a firewall issue, a network issue, whatever the case may be. So we provide that for all of our partners in here. Okay. So as you guys can see, everything is done from this portal, from a single portal, single landing page. Everything is very easy to manage and create and edit here from this single landing page. And you'll have, obviously, we'll help you and train you to become a tier 1 support, and you'll have our tier 2 and tier 3 support available for you, plus an account manager that will work with you closely, especially in the beginning to kind of help you get going and support you in any way possible. Okay. So let's go back on the slide in here. 1 second. So let's go to the next one. So what do we have? What's the roadmap? What do we have going right now? So for Q3, we have some really exciting projects that we're finalizing. One of them is the Microsoft Team Direct Routing with auto provisioning. We also are working on a HD video conferencing for a Zoom-like unified communication experience, a new multi-tenant cloud YA-Star solution, a new SMS call center features with inbound SMS queuing, and then our new CRM integration will allow you to integrate with over 140 partners or solutions, and much more, because we're constantly working on small minor upgrades within our platform to improve it and make it easier to use for our partner.
Okay, thank you for the great presentation and the demo there. Let's open up the floor here to questions. Just a reminder, if you have any questions, please submit them through the portal at the bottom of the Zoom platform. To start off, wondering if you could take us through the onboarding process.
Okay. So once you decide to become a partner, what we do is it's a 4-day training, 1 hour each day. It's an interactive training. All these trainings will be recorded and provided to you and put in your Dropbox. So later on, if you want to share it with your team members, you can do it. So day 1 of the training. So each training is 1 hour each day. Day 1 will be covering the platform, kind of the intro, talking about your billing profile, as your settings, and so on and so forth. Day 2 will be actually creating the different services for you. So we'll create a hosted PBX with call queues, auto attendance, everything in front of you, SIP trunking account, IP fax. Day 3 will be sales training, which we will dive into all of your subscriptions, a quoting tool, some strategies that we've found successful. And then day 4 will be an advanced technical training. In addition to that, you'll be assigned a dedicated account manager and account executive that will work with you very closely, especially the first. I mean, everything is pretty easy, but still they will work very closely with you and help you with anything you need, especially the first few weeks. But once you get 2 or 3 orders under your belt, it'll be a piece of cake. It'll be very easy.
Okay, great. Next question. Wondering if you could talk to us a little bit about the level of support that's included.
So We will do, so our success depends on the partner's success. If we're not, this is a true partnership. We don't charge monthly recurring to use our platform. So we will do everything in our power to help you, whether that's to close the business or to support your customer. So, I mean, pretty much we train you, and you'll have the dedicated account manager to help you be your tier 1 support. Anything above that, we'll do everything in our power to help you. I mean, you have our engineers, you have our tier 2, 3, and 4 available for you. So everything is included. There's no additional charge with our support.
Fantastic. And do you charge monthly for the platform?
No. There isn't again, we don't charge monthly to use the platform. This is a true partnership. So if the partner does his onboard seat, doesn't onboard customers or seats, neither one of us really make money. There is a small setup fee in the beginning, but it's very small, and it's pretty much includes all the training, the creation of your partition, your branded invoicing, adding all the different subscriptions, provide you with all the documents you need to become your own VoIP provider, from like a user guide, admin guide, PBX routing sheet, sample contract, sample LOA. We even take your logo, send it to our graphic designer, and provide you with marketing collateral one for SIP and one for hosted. So that small setup fee includes everything. It's all the setting up and the training.
Okay, excellent. I think that should wrap up today's webinar. Big thank you here to Hussein and Joe, to the entire RingLogix team, and of course to all of you for attending today's event. To access this webinar on demand, please head over to channelvisionmag.com/webinars, and also keep an eye out from Channel Vision for an email which will contain a link to the presentation. Thanks, stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.